Oh my gosh, I totally blasted all of your eardrums, didn't I? That was not the intention. I apologize for that. I didn't realize my YouTube audio was cranked up literally all the howdy hootin' way. Maybe I should just. Oh gosh, there's nothing I can do about it. I could probably edit that after the video's over, edit it tomorrow, and make it, not so loud. But stream is starting soon. It says so right here. I'm just going to take a minute, make sure everything's working okay, that kind of stuff. You're not late. I mean, I'm technically early. Yeah, like the first 2 seconds of the video or so, man, I realized this was cranked to the max. And that's pretty loud. I'm just gonna open the stream up on my phone here, make sure the audio is okay. I'm doing a Windows or a Chrome tab share instead of a desktop share. I just want to make sure that the audio is okay, like you can actually hear it. Anyway, I guess it kind of fits with the theme of the stream, right? Okay. There's audio. That's all I need to make sure of. Hello and welcome. I'm going to mute, get a couple things ready, and then we'll do the little countdown Madoo, and we'll get this party started. Oh, and in case you don't notice, this is the Endless Legends soundtrack from Amplitude Studios. It's a great soundtrack. I gotta play the game one day. Okay, there we go. And brace yourselves, we're going to do that countdown, all right? It's about to happen. Just because I like doing it. Okay. Hello and welcome. I am your host, Elizabeth. This is, of course, New Comic Book Day. That day when we talk about comic books. It's a good time, usually. And when it's not, we still pretend. There we go. Just hitting tweet on a tweet. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, this was a really fun exchange. Hold on. Can I... Oh, I don't think I can share it without cutting the audio off. Oh, that's a bummer. Hold on. Can I share... Oh, get all this crap off my screen. I'm going to share this. It'll cut the music out. I don't even know if you could still hear the music, but I cut it out. So I just observed, like, who knew there were so many flavors of chapstick, right? Like Trix, Cocoa Puffs, Lucky Charms, Frankenberry, Boo Berry, Pez, Count Chocula. Like, come on, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Lucky Charms. They got all kinds of flavors, right? Who knew? I had no idea. I had no idea. But that's not why I'm showing it. I'm showing it because there you go. Imagine kissing your girlfriend for the first time and finding out her lips taste like Pez. Well, that's marriage material. No lie detected. Anyway, back to the music. I think it's still doing the audio. Maybe I should double check that. You know what? Let me stop and start. Okay, sorry. Like over in the land of OBS, I know exactly what's being presented audibly and visibly at all times. But here in yeah, exactly, Ninja. But here in StreamYard world, I don't know, things get weird. Anyway, new comic book day. It is Wednesday, my dudes. And on new comic book day, guess what? That's when new comic books come out. Well, that's not strictly true anymore because DC's books get there like a day earlier on Tuesday. And I'll be honest, I have no idea about the Marvel books sold through Penguin Random House. Comic books still go out on Wednesday, which is traditionally that way because that is the day Diamond used to put them out. It wasn't like that in the past, but at some point they swapped over to it, and that's just what they do. So it's new comic book day. And when you go to a Graham Cracker Comics on a Wednesday, you get 3 books for free. Not out of the 50-cent bin, because that doesn't exist, or the 75-cent bin, because it doesn't exist, but the $1 bin. And the first book I got out of the dollar bin, Black Flag #1. I remember I was talking to somebody about some crowdfund Dan Fraga was doing. And he's like, who's Dan Fraga? I'm like, you don't remember Dan Fraga? He did Black Flag. And I just got kind of like a blank stare across the internet. But yeah, there's his name right there. See? Dan Fraga. He does a lot of that kind of crazy looking 90s style art. I mean, why wouldn't he? He like came into the industry in the wake of all that great stuff, you know, the image look or whatever you want to call it, that kind of revolutionary early 90s stuff that people pretend to hate these days. Like, it's cool to hate on Rob Liefeld just because the man didn't want to draw feet. That's an exaggeration, but anyway, I saw this. I've got like Black Flag #0 and Black Flag #3. Now I got Black Flag #1. Since this is a #1 issue, right there, see? Since it's a #1, I believe that means that one day I'll be able to sell this and put my kids through college. Dude, the 90s were wild. People would buy like 25 copies of a book and stuff, and it's just like, are you all crazy? Some people still do that today, but it's much less prevalent. Anyway, it's got a sideways page. I wasn't expecting that. It's got that very kind of hardcore looking stuff. There's I flipped through it earlier. Yeah, this is the page I was looking for. This thing on the right over here. Like, come on. Isn't this about as like 90s as you could possibly get in a comic book? The book doesn't want to stay flat. What do I got handy? Hold on. This will keep the book flat while I talk about this page. Okay, it's a little flatter. All right, that's at least less glare. Like, look at this dude. See? He's wearing a beret. All right, let's start there. He's wearing a beret. He's got like a beautiful woman, also in a beret, who's got a crazy sci-fi gun. He's got a crazy sci-fi gun with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6 like laser sights or something? I don't even know what all that is. Top Cow. Hey, huh. No, Cable is the most late 80s superhero, XLG. The most 90s superhero is the entire Youngblood team. Like that's just how that goes. So like just look at this man, he's got like pouches. He's got a big skull buckle belt. He's got bandoliers. He's got like he's super ripped, he's super jacked. His leg right there is as big around as probably like her entire torso. Like it's absolutely ludicrous just how jacked this guy is. All right? And now you're thinking, okay, well, you've now showed us like the most 90s thing ever. Well, look at the bottom of the page, man. We got a dude who's been shot through the head because over here, look at this. It's like it's not even clear how he was shot. Because if that was a bullet, like through the eye or something, why does it look like his eye popped like a grape in a microwave? Think about it. Surprise! So what are all these like red things? Like is he just like shooting lasers or what? Like nobody knows. Nobody knows what this gun is. Or why this guy is like sniper rifling a guy who's literally like 2 feet in front of him. No, that's not an exit wound in his neck. Those are other like places where he popped like a grape, man. Like, what is this? Is that an exit wound? That's not his neck. That's the back of his head. That's not his neck. That's not his neck. Is that his neck? That's his neck. Thank you, XLG. You've guided us to the neck. Anyway, this is like about as 90s as you can get. Like everything about Black Flag is just 90s. And I think Dan Fraga didn't he do a Black Flag crowdfund or something a while back? War Child. Yep. Rob Liefeld. He may sometimes have a neck. He has a small neck here. You can see it. It's the space right there where that black line is between his head and his chest. But yeah, once you get like deltoids to a certain size, the very concept of neck becomes meaningless to everybody involved. So that's a book I picked up because I knew it would be really silly. Now, I picked up a book because I thought, hey, it might actually be fun to read. If you guys want to see that one, if you want to see the book I thought might actually be fun, I can get that out. See, I'm holding it in my hand here, you know, if you want. Otherwise, I guess we can just look at Black Flag some more. I mean, you guys over there in the chat, you let me know what you want to do here. Because I honestly, I can kind of go either way. I got a little plan A, little plan B, you know? Put it on the table, funny man. Wow. Wow. Aggression. Sheesh. Fine. Yeah. I might already actually own this issue of X Factor. I didn't double check when I picked it up. But I was like, this looks like it's dumb and fun. Wait, is that supposed to be Strong Guy right there? Why's his skin the wrong? You know what? I'm not going to question it. Anyway, it's an X-Men book. X Factor's a weird team. Not my favorite X-Men team. Not by a long... Well, hello, Storm. And looking great over there on the left. You know what? I should check and see if I already own this book. Hold on. We're opening up CLZ real quick. This is X Factor what? I should have done this in the store. 102. But I was like, man, that's too cool looking. No, I don't own it. I've got a lot of X Factor issues but not this one. Sweet! Blessed by Aurora. This is a good book already. There we go. Oh, and 6 is killing a Jedi or something. All right. Well, as long as he's doing it in a game and not for real. Look at that mess of hair over there. Oh, my lord. Look at that mess of hair. That's a little more 80s than 90s, but holy moly, that's a whole lot of hair. Who's the gymnast? Bottom right. Hold on. Let me go back to that page. Oh, here we go. Is that Wolfsbane? We're getting into X characters I'm not super familiar with. Hold on. I think that's supposed to be Ron Sinclair, Wolfsbane. Because she's a redhead. Usually with short hair. Let me just double check. We can look this stuff up. This is the beauty of the internet these days, man. Like, every issue of every mainstream comic book is totally, like, documented. Let's see. Series, X-File, Marvel. Of course, the trick is, with the way they number comic books, finding the right freaking one. Here we go. This is the right series. And this is 102. Let's see. This X Factor theme: Forge, Havoc, Polaris, Strong Guy, Wolfsbane. Yeah, so that was Ron Sinclair. Because that sure ain't Moira. I don't remember who Malice is. Malice is probably the bad guy. First music, she was okay, yeah. That's totally Ron Sinclair. Transforms. She's like a shapeshifter type character. She turns into werewolves and stuff. Kind of fun. She gets more. She's like a beast. Sometimes she's drawn way more bestial than others. And look at this. We got like some kind of, what are these? Some kind of cards stuck in the middle here, featuring all new artwork from the premiere edition of Amazing Spider-Man Marvel cards. I'm climbing the walls without my master prints. Send them now. Those are nice little pieces of art. That'd be kind of cool. These aren't cut. So these aren't separable into individual cards. No wonder nobody ever tore these out. Anyway, it's an X book, so I thought it might be a hoot. You know, a lot of times when I'm going there and I'm in the 50-cent bin, I'm sorry, the dollar bin looking for stuff, I'll end up picking up Superman or Batman or something because there's always a million DC books. And it's just trivially easy to like pick those up and be like, oh man, look at this cool Bat book. But, you know, if we start talking like the comic books I liked in the early 90s, you're looking at X-Men and Spider-Man books. Like, that was my jam. Advertising baseball cards. When was the last time you saw somebody advertise baseball cards? Your answer is probably never. Let's be honest. That's one of the problems with looking at newer books is they don't have all these weird ads to take a look at. I mean, I've been around. Me and Ninja's been around since Nam XLG. What are you talking about? We just keep going. All right, the next book I got, Deathlock. You might remember I picked up a Deathlock book out of the bin a while back, and I thought it was pretty cool. I was hoping to open up to something really awesome here by random. Wait, are those dinosaurs? Is that like a dinosaur tank? Okay, hold on. I'm going to flip through the book off camera and just see if I can find a shot of him shooting somebody. Come on. You're a cyborg with a gun. Yeah, that's a problem. Like, the X-Men have been badly treated by Marvel since about the year 2000. Can I get something exciting in here? Oh, here we go. Now we got like some kind of crazy fight sequence here. I don't know why we're doing this, but he's like fighting a dude in a big suit of power armor. A comically large suit of power armor. But like a lot of Marvel characters. So, okay, you might not know the history, XLG. Marvel went bankrupt and they needed money really bad. They needed a whole heck of a lot of money really bad. Well, what do you do when you need a whole heck of a lot of money and you got a lot of properties that can be turned into feature films? You sell the rights to make feature films. And a lot of those early 2000s movies, that many of which are not well regarded, came out of that effort. The Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck, Elektra, the Ang Lee Hulk movie, which is actually a better movie the second time around when I watched it than it was the first time. I remember kind of stinking, and instead it was just kind of mediocre. It actually had a couple of high points that I liked. The X-Men movies, like all that stuff kind of came out of that effort. And ever since that point in time, when the X-Men fell out of control of the people who bought Marvel, which is Disney, so the X-Men went to Fox, and Disney owned Marvel by, when was that sell? Was that like 2005 or something? Yeah, that sounds about right. So Fox made some bad movies with the X-Men. They also made a couple pretty good ones. I really like that first X-Men movie. I think X-Men 2 puts me to sleep. I kind of like X-Men 3. X-Men Origins Wolverine. Please don't watch that. First Class was interesting, but kind of bad. The Wolverine. I like that movie quite a bit. Anyway, I digress. Oh, and Days of Future Past has that really awesome sequence with Quicksilver in it. And none of these movies fit together continuity-wise, like at all. They pretend they do, but they really don't. Even though they're supposed to be in a continuity. Like X-Men Origins Wolverine has Emma Frost in it as a kid in like the year 2010. But Emma Frost is also like 30 in X-Men First Class. So you figure this out. But because of Fox having the rights to make those movies, Marvel started running the X-Men in the ground. Absolutely in the ground. And they haven't really had a good X book since... Yes, he should. Oh, I was trying to think. It was somewhere around like 2010, 2011, I think, is probably the last time the X-Men had like a good book that actually felt like an X-Men book. Um, there was actually, was it an X Factor team? I'm blanking on the name of the team, but there was actually a really fun team they did that was basically a lot of the Weapon X characters. So Wolverine, um, oh my gosh, the French dude with the exoskeleton bonded to his bones. Phantom X. Phantom X, Cable. I think Psylocke was in that group too. Okay, I guess there's really only like two Weapon X characters. Psylocke, oh, and Archangel, who might have just been Angel at that point. Uh, like they led like Charles Xavier's hit team, and their first job was to go to the moon and kill Apocalypse. And they get there, and Apocalypse is like 5 years old because he just like regenerated and he hadn't grown up yet. And they're all like, "I can't kill a kid. Yeah, even if it's Apocalypse, I can't kill a kid." Then Phantom X takes his gun out and just goes, "Blam! Problem solved, guys. Let's go home." I don't really remember anything else about that series, except somehow it involved. Let's see, where did it go after that? They somehow like got a portal to the Age of Apocalypse universe or something really stupid like that, and it was absolutely dumb. Oh, he does a good Magneto for sure. Not even going to dispute that. And I don't remember the actor's name. The guy that plays Beast in those movies. I like his portrayal of Beast as well. And Latveria. Anyway, this book doesn't look like it's going to be nearly as cool as the cover promised. It looks like the violence is much more limited. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. See, I remember all the information about fictional people, and then this guy's like, I'm actually an American. I remember every detail about movies. XLG, the man in the chat right here. See, he can tell you like who catered every movie made since 1982 that was released theatrically in Canada. That's his ability. He knows that. Among other things, he can also tell you like who the best boy was on a bunch of pictures, the key grip, all that kind of stuff. All that kind of stuff. Absolute legend right there. Absolute legend. Man, the cover of this book promised like a lot of giant robot violence, and there was only like this much giant robot violence, and I'm really sad about that. Alas. Man, I don't really want to show you the next book because I just want to sit here and read the next book instead. But we got to show you the book. This came out a couple weeks ago and my store didn't have it. But here it is. Punchline, issue number 14. This is actually not the regular cover. This is the fancy schmancy variant cover that costs $9.99 instead of $4.99. So, you know, you could go, man, Dr. Lazar, PhD, you got ripped off. And you may be right. But come on. Look back there. That sure looks like Regina Rogalski with a rocket launcher. You know, that's sure what that looks like. Hold on, I'm going to flip through the book. Do I see a Regina Rogalski with a rocket launcher? Oh my gosh. Matt Weldon Rogalski right there. Look at that. Glorious. Beautiful. Matt Weldon has one thing I really like. Let me flip to the first page. He makes hair look really good. Sorry, I just saw this. Yeah. Matt Weldon makes hair look really good. Anytime he's drawn a woman's hair, it's absolutely gorgeous. You can see like her long versus his long hair over here. You can see Mel's short hair over here. And it just looks great. It flows naturally. This is actually kind of like how hair lays. Like she's got a little bit of product in her hair to get that sweep over here, you know, and to get this to keep from falling in her eyes. But the hair's nice, and his faces, as a consequence of that, are always well framed. I'm Matt Weldon is up there with some of my favorite artists. You should see him draw. Like, I witnessed him sketching at one of the times I was at Bell County. I witnessed him sketching, and the dude was just like, you know, a dot matrix printer. It was just kind of like, and by the time he got done, he had like, you know, this beautifully rendered face. Here's some hair. We got a little face, you know, ooh, some hair over here. In the time it took me to draw this squiggle, Matt Weldon had rendered like an entire character's like bust shot. You know, in the time that it took me to do this, like in a minute, he had like a finished piece of art instead of a doodle or a sketch. Absolutely crazy guy when it comes to that. He's really nice too. He is super nice. Wait a minute. Weldon wrote the script for this? It wasn't Bill Williams? What? Oh no, did they have a falling out or something? Special thanks to Brian Ball. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, number one, ever since it's Tyrant that had the eye in his shoulder from Resident Evil, right? Anyway, ever since I saw whichever Resident Evil boss that was that had the crazy eyeball in his shoulder, I have been a fan of crazy giant eyeballs in shoulders. Like, it's too weird, too freaky. So this book looks like a continuation of the crossover that they had with Andre Leal's character. I can't remember his name. He's a ventriloquist. It's this guy, and he gets like he has like 3 superpowers, but he can only use one at a time. Kind of like the characters from Valiant's Hardcore. Man, my brain. I've either had way too much caffeine today, or I still need like another 3 cups of coffee to actually finish waking up. I'm not sure which. But he can only use like one of his superpowers at a time. So he's got like flight, invulnerability, and super strength, I think. And he has to swap between them. Whereas Versima over here, she's got flight, invulnerability, and super strength. Her main weakness, she's kind of a dumb teenager. Actually, now I'm thinking back to how old she is. Is she only like, is she 18 or is she like 22? It's true, XLG. I did get a concussion from hitting my head against the wall at work. It was traumatizing, but you know, sometimes you're just having a day. You know what I mean? You're just having a day, and the work frustrations get to you, and the next thing you know, you're just going bam, 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 head against the wall. Oh, I lived through it, man. I can't wait to read this, and I think I actually mean it this time. I think we're going to get a late night comic book review later on, and I'm going to read this son of a gun. The other book I bought today, and it's right in the title. Let's see, if you're watching on YouTube, this title of the video should be below the video, like right down there. And, you know, it's in the thumbnail. No, it's not. Besides, I think this cover is drawn by Mr. Leal, and every piece of art he does ends up like this. Like, this is just what he does, man. Actually, well, tell me who drew the variant. Let me flip through. Nope, not seeing credit for the variant cover. Oh, but I do see ad material for Antarctic Press books. You should always advertise your own products in your products. Ooh, Common America. Too bad I own all those. There you go. See, I'm going to let this man do my talking for me now. There you go. See, I was all set to be like, oh, here's the next book. And instead, we backtracked, you know, we butt cracked, whatever you want to say it, however you want to say it. It's right there. Deal with it. They did a crossover book that the art was all done by the Mr. Leal here. I think is it Andre? Hold on. Let me look at the inside. Yeah, Andre Leal. So he did all the art on the other book that had both those characters in it. So, let's just put Versum right here. There we go. Just for Ninja Weasel. Now this book I gotta be real careful with about what I show because they like to sneak little Ghibli bits into Barbaric, and then I gotta go edit the video afterwards and be like, oh bro, I need to blur out like this part of the screen for like 30 seconds or something. They get me. And YouTube one day can hunt me down and kill me. But until then, we got Barbaric number 4 here. Cool cover. She's like busting loose, man. She is unbridled. The power is surging. No, that's just the artist's style, XLG. Nothing is actually out of focus on the cover, except for the guy in the front because he's foregrounded. What are you even talking about? And this is a digital filter. He didn't draw it like this and somehow smudge it out. He just applied a filter right there. But the monster's in focus. That's just Leal's style that he turned out looking like this. Hey, yo! At least somebody out there has some good taste and knows what they like in comic books. Can really focus in on the things that matter here on the cover of a book. Yeah, I did that. Alright, so if I remember right, our protagonist, his dead girlfriend, and the frog guy they were hanging out with were marching to like the worst part of the afterlife. She does have chain tattoos. You are correct. Hopefully we'll get to see some in this book. So they're like going into the butt end of, the land of the dead so that an evil guy can sacrifice them and stuff. And I flipped this open and we got like some cool stuff here. I like the follow-on here. Wide shot, close-up that evolves the shot. Wide shot from a different angle. That's a great sequence of panels on the left. And on the right, I really like Skull Dude over here. He looks super cool. Oh yeah, I'm sure Marvel will sue over a motif that goes all the way back to, Sleepy Hollow, XLG, if not earlier. Flaming skulls have been with mankind as long as mankind has had flame and skulls. That's just life. Now, a guy with flaming skull and a motorcycle, you might be able to sue about that one. Alright, let's try to find something else cool looking. Dudes. Not entirely sure what's going on here. But that's a cool panel. Oh no. I'm sure that those lawsuits will succeed. So sure of it. It is time. You are correct. That's why I'm stirring my slushy, icy drink around here. I've taken to like using crushed ice, and it makes all my drinks like extra icy, man. Can you hear the like slushing? Oh yeah, that's quality right there. That's a quality beverage. Hey, you're not supposed to expose my secrets. You're not supposed to. You expose another one of my secrets like that. How I crush the ice with my hands, and we're gonna have a problem, XLG. Anyway, I really like this page. He's the Crusher, King of the Ring. Oh, it's the lady from Harvest Blades. I don't even remember her name. Hey, it's the orc boss villain's sidekick, who is helping the people that she tried to kill. And she sent the main character to hell, and then she teamed up with our heroes over here for whatever reason. Did she bust loose later in the comic? Sorry, I'm flipping off camera. I'm looking for some busting loose. There's a surprising lack of busting loose. I'm flipping back through. Sorry. We're looking for some busting loose. Nope, not seeing it. There's definitely no busting loose in here. I feel we were sold a bill of goods and not an actual product. They promised me busting loose, and we got none of that. Maybe it's at the beginning of the book and we skipped it here. Let me just. Nope, no busting loose. Just a lot of her talking. Yep. Ninja Weasel, I'm sad to report we are at 0 for busting loose, but we do got the aliens from Pitch Dark here, or Pitch Black. So we got that going for us. They show up on like 2 pages of the book, so we got that. That's a thumbs up, right there. And we got the big giant sword dude that said "This is time," and we had a page here somewhere that had some cool coloring. You can definitely tell, like, yeah, false advertising. Man, you're litigious. Are you a lawyer? Is that what this is all about? You're a lawyer. You're trying to like promote your profession or something. Is that what's going on here, man? Is that what's going on, XLG? Yep, they did us a bamboozle. It's true. I like the coloring. This series has had good coloring all through it. This very dramatic coloring here as they're chopping off some dude's head. Got magic portals, all that stuff. The wide variation in colors and color palettes. I dig it. I'm on board. So, that's my books. I bought 2 books. I got 3 for free. One of those books has a Boutte on the cover. Her name is not John Big Boutte, but it could be. Yeah, if you go back to, I might not have highlighted it so much, but if you go back to my review of that Punchline crossover with whatever that guy's name is, and I'm blanking on it right now, like, it's very prominent through that book that she's like pushing her butt out in every possible panel that she can get away with it. So, kind of an interesting week for books, I thought. Like, I got at least 1 free book that I know I'm going to like. Usually John Smallberry's out of this. He can't help it. He was born that way. And I know I'm going to like these 2 books, despite the false advertising over here. Yes, XLG, I'm getting ready to wrap up. I'm going to read this and do a review of it real quick and get a late night comic book review video out the door. So, probably like in 20 minutes, I'll be on Twitch doing Death Stranding. So, why don't I go ahead, end a few minutes early, do this thing, do that thing, and we can all live happily ever after. Does that sound like a plan to you guys? Sound like a plan? Yay? Nay? Hey, hey? Maybe? No? All the way? Waiting for a response here. You're not cooperating with me. You're definitely not giving me the full cooperation that I've come to expect from you. Oh, you're driving in the morning? That's rough, man. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for New Comic Book Day. Yeah, enjoy your driving, Ninja Weasel. I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, I'll catch some of you over on the Twitch side. Otherwise, you all take care of yourselves. You have a great one. I hope to see you again next time. Next week, probably at this time, we'll be doing this again. Take care. Get a thumbs up. And I'm going to say bye-bye, and then we'll cut the stream.